Hello and welcome back. Today is Friday, April 25th. I have your three best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. It is day 6 of the NBA playoffs. We get another 3-game NBA slate. They're setting us up for the Saturday and Sunday full day of NBA games here. We cannot wait for game 4s of Saturday and Sunday action. But tonight, we get game 3 action here in the NBA. We get some ESPN is taking the helm here today. It's been TNT these last few days. It is back on ESPN Day. 3-game slate here. Going to rattle through all the games again, then jump into recap and the plays like I normally do today. If you're new to the channel, that's what I normally do for every single play. Starting off at 6 o'clock here on ESPN, we get Boston versus Orlando, 197.5 over-under. They're staying consistent at this number now. It seems like the books have figured out their number. 196.5 seems like the number for back-to-back games here. Boston, 4-point favorite here on the road here. Exciting matchup here. Orlando at home. This is going to be a big Paolo or Franz game here. Is Jason Tatum going to be playing this game? He is listed doubtful coming into this matchup. If I were the Celtics, I don't think you need Tatum just quite yet. I think you continue to hold. Maybe game 4 you put him back out unless it's a 3-0 sweep at this point. If the series goes 2-1, then you put him back out there. But if it goes 3-0, I think you're good to just put him on ice for this first round of the playoffs. He's really good. It's not like he's going to be unconditioned with like a leg injury. It's just a wrist. He's going to be perfectly fine in that matchup. I think hopefully today, one more day of rest, and then he'll be back for round 2. 7 o'clock, we get the NBA TV, Indiana-Milwaukee. I'm very excited for this one. Series going back to Milwaukee. These two teams hate each other, and you could tell when we watch the games. They're just chirping. There's a big fight just looming. Not Lumen Energy. Hey, my Indy versus Audi. A little severance. Horrible joke there. 230 over-under. Milwaukee 5-point favorite here at home. This game's going to be huge. Is Dame going to bounce back in game 2? Is Giannis just going to continue to carry the team? Halliburton on the road. Is he going to carry this team here? Exciting game overall. 230, one of the higher over-unders out of all the first rounds. So thank you, Indiana and Milwaukee, for making fast-paced games for overs. And then the late game on ESPN, Lakers versus Wolves, Luka versus Ant series going back to Minnesota. 1-1 series. This is a massive game for playoff. For who's going to lead the series here. Game 3s are massive overall. Back in Minnesota, 205, like I said, over under Minnesota, 3-point favorite here. Excited for that matchup. I got 3 new plays here that I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action and yesterday in the NBA. Ended up going 2-1 in best bets, man. Nikola Jokic, unfortunately, he just didn't look good. The game was pretty much a blowout, pretty much from the start. And then even from the start, Nikola Jokic did not look good. He was missing a lot of shots or not getting to his spots as easily as I thought in game 3 he would. Maybe game 4 he'll come out like a flamethrower, but game 3 he fell up shy. He did have a triple-double. Had a great game, but not over points. He fell up, I think, 4 points shy for us on that. Chet Holmgren, shout out to you. You had an incredible third quarter. I think in the first half he had 1 point. Second half he banged 3 straight threes, cashing the over early in the third quarter for us. Was beautiful. Shout out to you. You had incredible. That game was awesome. Great comeback, come from behind. I think it was a 29-point lead. They closed the gap. It just felt like OKC was going to win that game when it was like a 10-point lead. It just felt like it going. It was like 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. It just felt like OKC was going to win that game. And then Karl Anthony Towns, he bounced back in a huge way for the Knicks, over 21.5 points. We're probably not going to get that again until he has another lackluster game coming to the matchup. But 2-1 day yesterday. It's been a fun playoffs. 12-4 in the playoffs. Nice week overall, but I'm not satisfied. I'm wanting a 3-0 sweep, and let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in the Boston, Orlando. We'll have a play in every single game. Just how I preview each game, that's going to be the order of each play overall. No Jason Tatum. I'm going back at it. I think Jaylen Brown is going to have a continue great success in this matchup. Unless Jason Tatum does get announced here later in today, I am recording this pretty early in the day, so if Jason Tatum does get announced in, maybe the number might jump down and maybe pivot off of it. But if Jason Tatum is out in this matchup, I love Jaylen Brown to ball out here. So it's going to be Jaylen Brown to go over 23.5 points, coming to minus 130 on FanDuel. Orlando, these last 7 games have struggled. They're allowing the second. Excuse me. Big burp right there. They're allowing the 7. Is that even right? I'm pulling this up for you guys quickly. that is wrong. I got to update that on my card. Orlando is allowing the third most points to the small forward position. So this is a great matchup here for Jaylen Brown overall. And he's been balling without Jason Tatum in the lineup, getting the over 3 for his last 5, averaging 23.8 points per game. Love that. 63% hit rate on the season without Jason Tatum in the lineup, averaging 24.5 points per game. He's got this over 3 for his last 5 versus Orlando, averaging 27.6 points per game. And he's gotten the over 4 for his last 4 versus Orlando without Tatum in the lineup, averaging 36.3 points per game. Love that. Last 5 games scoring overall without Jason Tatum, 31, 35, 20, 16, and then he had 36 in that most recent matchup. He shoots first shots. He's big game hunting without Jason Tatum in the lineup overall. 67% hit rate versus Orlando. In Orlando since 2021, averaging 24.2 points per game. He loves Disneyland. He talked about it in Game 1 that there's no Harry Potters on that team. He's coming down. He's bringing that magic to the Orlando Magic in Orlando. 67% hit rate in Orlando since 2021. Love that consistency. Last 10 away games without Tatum, he's gotten the over 9 for his last 10 away games, averaging 29.7 points per game. Without Tatum in the lineup, I have him projected at 25 plus points in this game. Love this spot. 63% hit rate without Tatum in the lineup. He's been balling out. 67% hit rate in Orlando since 2021. Love that road game here. Love the road game playoff without Tatum. 9 for his last 10 without Tatum in the playoffs. So give me not playoffs. Overall, my bad, not playoffs. Overall, 9 for his last 10, averaging 29.7 points per game. I think Jaylen Brown balls out. This has been horrible these last few seconds. Jaylen Brown is continue his dominant streak without Tatum in the lineup. So give me Jaylen Brown to go over 23.5 points, coming to minus 130 on FanDuel. That ending was not the best that I normally, and it didn't even start. It started off with the burp there. I do apologize for that. Trying to do these all in one continuous take. I enjoy doing the whole one take for you guys for this. Jumping in the second game of the day here on NBA TV, Indiana-Milwaukee, back in Milwaukee in this matchup. And game 2, this guy returned from an injury, and I think this game they really need Damian Lillard to ball out here. I think Dame's going to have a great game here, so give me Dame time. It's that time of the day. Give me Damian Lillard to go over 22.5 points, coming to minus 105 on DraftKings. They're going to need Dame in order to get close in this series. Make it 2-1. Dame needs to have a massive game. In game 2, he played 37 minutes. He looked fine when we watched the game. Played perfect amount of minutes. 37 minutes is a lot of minutes since returning from a blood clot injury. And I was shocked how well he looked and moved on the court. Yes, he only shot 4 for 13 from the field, but he looked great shooting from the field. 13 shots. I expect that to get higher. On the season, he averages 16 field goal attempts per game, so he's missing 3 more shot opportunities than normal. He's only gotten the over 1 for his last 5, but I think today he is due. Why not? Won't know why. He's coming at home this season. He's averaging 25.6 points per game with a 69% hit rate at home this season. Great number. 69% hit rate at home this season, averaging 25.6 points per game with 2 days of rest coming into a matchup. He has a 73% hit rate, averaging 23.8 points per game. So he's at home with 2 days of rest, returning from game 2 where he played 37 minutes and looked great, and now he has a playoff team where he has great playoff success against them. That was really bad. Playing a team that he's had great playoff success against. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5 against Indiana, averaging 27.8 points per game. With his last 5 playoff games last season, he had 35, 34, 28, 28, and 14 in those games. 14 was in that most recent game just the other day. I think he bounces back in a massive way in this matchup. Second fewest shots he took in a game since February 20th, so I don't think he takes that few of his shots in back-to-back games here. Like I said, since February 20th, second fewest shots in a game. He's not going to do that in back-to-back games here. 2 days of rest at home. Down 0-2. They need Dame to step up big in this game. Played 37 minutes in game 2. He's going to continue to have that same run. His volume is going to come up in this matchup here at home. I have him projected at 23 plus points in this game, so just slightly over, but I think the extra little tick, this being a game they must win at home with 2 days of rest. I think Dame's going to have a massive game here. So give me that Dame time to go over 22.5 points, coming in minus 105. On DraftKings, and jump into my third and final play of the day. Going to be the Wolves-Lakers matchup here. The late game, 8:30 on ESPN. Wolves, 3-point favorite here at home, 205 over-under, one of the lower ones overall. And I got to do it. Did it game one. I hopped off on game two because I didn't think Luka would do it back-to-back. Numbers dropped down. We're getting at 30-plus points here. I think Luka Doncic is going to continue his dominant run here. It's going to be Luka Doncic to score 30-plus points, coming in minus 135 on DraftKings. He's gotten this over 6 for his last 7 versus the Wolves in the playoffs, averaging 32.9 points per game. He's dominated the Wolves in the playoffs. He's gotten this over 3 for his last 3 versus the Wolves in Minnesota, averaging 33.7 points per game, scoring 32-plus points in every single game against the Wolves in the playoffs on the road. 59% hit rate on the road this season, averaging 30.5 points per game. He has been on a roll over in 4 straight games here. Last 5 games, he scored 23, 45. We took that over 39. We took that over 37. We took that over 31 in his most recent matchup. Think today he's going to score another 30-plus bomb for us here in this game. Over 7 for his last 10 away playoff games, averaging 30.5 points per game. 60% hit rate with 2 days of rest coming into the matchup, averaging 27.7 points per game. He's gotten us over 6 for his last 10 playoff games overall, averaging 31.1 points per game. He's looked great. Last 2 games, he's played 40-plus minutes in both of them, taking 20-plus shots in both of them. And when Luka Doncic this season takes 20-plus shots in a game, he gets the over 75% of the time. He has a lot of great signs coming into this matchup. Last 10 games, averaging 20 field goal attempts per game. 60% hit rate with 2 days of rest coming into a matchup. I have him projected at 32-plus points. He's gotten the over 3 for his last 3 versus Minnesota. In Minnesota, he's going to make it 4 for his last 4. So give me Luka Doncic to score 30-plus points, coming in minus 135 on DraftKings. And those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. 3 plays for you guys. Luka Doncic, 30-plus points. Dame time. He's going to have a massive game here today. Over 22.5 points. And then Jaylen Brown, if there's no Tatum in the game, over 23.5. If Tatum does get announced active in the game, might have a pivot play in that matchup, or I might just ride the Jaylen Brown and just expect Tatum with the wrist injury to not take as many shots in that game. They'll probably still lean heavily on Jaylen Brown if Tatum does play here. But a fun 3-game slate here. Game 3s for all these games. I'm excited overall. Fun day of sports here for us. Draft, baseball, basketball, hockey. Beautiful time of the year. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA playoffs. I love tailing you guys in the comments section. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.